It's not like it belongs to Ocean 11, bro.
I see you dancing to it.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just sounds like it's Ocean.
It's a vibe.
Shout out Udio and my prompt writing. I wish the chat could see Robin dancing right now. It's hilarious.
Robin, you are so fucking sus, bro.
Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Boss Battle, episode 45, featuring the Andromeda. I don't know if I said that right. What's going on?
Andromeda, bro. What the fuck?
I didn't get any prep for
it, man.
You know,
I really telling me you're in trouble, brother.
I really enjoyed last week because I didn't have these two freaking clowns giving me shit while I'm talking. I'm glad you guys are back. I miss you guys. Look, you know what? I'm gonna introduce Mizzy first since he introduced himself. What's up, Mizzy?
Yo, what's good? Having a good time, man. Out here playing some games, doing a little bit of art for an upcoming event that we have that I can't talk about yet, and yeah, good times.
Hell yeah. And then let's go over to Clouds. How you doing, my brother?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Glad to be back. I missed being here last week. We had our friends from Forgotten Playland on. Mikhail killed it with the bosses. You guys did a great job at hosting the show as well. So yeah, man, excited to be back. Excited to catch up with Todd, the lawyer over here from Andromeda, and it's gonna be a good time, man. I hope he defeats the new bosses that we have coming on because we do have some changes happening.
That was supposed to be a secret.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying anything. Hey, man, let me.
You halfway spoiled it.
Is the Andromeda in the room with us?
Yo, it's the Andromeda present. It's the present.
Yo, Ramen, good to see you again. My co-host, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Just want to say last week was an absolute amazing show. It's the quietest and most focused it's ever been, but I'm glad to have these two back to bring the chaos. And I'm here. We're here to turn tatted lawyer into a tatted paralegal by the end of the boss battles. You know how it is, hoping that he actually passes all three bass. I almost said bass bottles again. Watch
you
out.
Almost did.
Here we go.
You almost got me. Oh, yeah, the bass bottles. Listen. As we all know, oldest member Catalyst is glad to be here and to spread the love in the news.
Am I the second oldest member?
You look the oldest.
No, I think Money may have you beat. Money and Sir Sapien may have you beat. To be honest,
Money's older than me.
Yeah, I think so. So is Sersky. Sersky too.
I know Sersky's older.
Nah. Money's in his 20s.
Yo,
talking about.
Oh, really? No way. Yo, real quick. Let's give the mic over to Tatted real quick so he can introduce himself.
Absolutely.
Too.
Go ahead, Tatted.
Yeah, what up, everybody? Tatted Lawyer here, also known as Michael Satoshi. I'm the founder of the Andromeda. A lot of people have seen me on Spaces all over the place. Former attorney turned game developer / game company owner. So really hyped to be here. Actually watched a ton of boss battles the last week. So really pumped to start defeating some bosses. That's why I put the Kratos meme up there, because that's who I am today.
Nice. Oh, snap.
Oh, okay.
He's coming in hot. He's coming in hot with the killer of gods over there, Kratos. Yo, real
absolutely.
Quick, some shout outs to some people in the chat. We have Nopera saying hi to him for me.
Nopera.
What up, Nopera?
Michael? All right, we got King Oro watching us over on Twitch saying,
Oro,
let
let's
go.
go.
What up, man? Oh, and thank you for the follow, Oro. We appreciate that, man. Thank you for the support over on Twitch. All right, man. Kicking it back to you, Hado.
Yeah, we do need all the viewers we can get on
Wait,
Twitch.
no
We're trying to
pair,
get affiliate, man.
No pair. How
Please,
young
please.
are you, bro?
Yeah, how old are you? I thought you were like mid-20s. I'm confused.
Oh
I'm
shit,
about
we
to
got
turn-
BB in the house. Let's fucking go.
Yo,
Beef it.
Showing
Beef
up. Yo,
it.
I hope the tour that you're doing is going well, man. The road trip you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out. What's up, Terrence?
Let us know
Oh,
what
that
city
is
you're on
that
right
is true. He was in my
now.
city,
25,
but
25. Dude, you're younger
we got
than Missy
younger.
by a little bit. We got
Yeah,
younger?
We got younger. Juan's
Okay.
younger than him.
Juan.
JRP.
I'm
Why you
actually
say it
turning
like that, bro?
35 at Art Basel. You guys are going to be in town.
Oh,
Oh,
Wait,
I turned
yeah.
35.
Wait,
I turned
is-
35 in November this month.
Okay,
Hold
my December 9th. That'll be me. So we might
Oh,
be
shit,
together.
dude. We gotta do a little.
Oh, that's my
celebrating
mom's
over there.
birthday. That's crazy.
Isn't that the day that Pearl
Hey.
Harbor happened? Or
Yeah.
I
knew
have
that.
I have a lot
Something
of
like
birthdays in
that.
December too. All right.
something
All
like
right.
that. Anyway, let's get back to the show. You guys know how this goes. If you don't know how this goes, our guest here, Tadalor, will have to get a 85 or above A average across all the bosses. There'll be 3 different rounds, and the last round will be an alternate between me and Ramen asking the questions. There will also be a lightning round, which is like a cool off period that won't be any points to you, but just something for fun. So, Tadalor, you ready to play boss battle?
Hell yeah, bring it on.
All right, let's get it. Okay, I need to finish that song, low key. Low key, I want to finish that song after this. All right, question number 1. Tell us more about the 2 available game modes, Survival and Kaizen, and which one is better?
Yeah, no, great question. So you're talking about Swarms Mobile right now, which is the first mobile game from the Andromeda. So we have these 2 game modes. One's called Survival, and essentially how Survival works is everybody starts off at the same even footing. You all have the same weapons, and you're basically making your way through the waves. The cool thing about Survival is that's where you go farm resources. That's where you get to earn like components, blueprints, things like that from enemies to then go go craft bigger, better weapons, armor, items, etc. to then bring into Kaizen mode to steal people's andros. So essentially how it works is Kaizen mode is kind of like a PvE head-to-head challenge mode where you go in, you wager a certain amount of andros. So let's say andros is our in-game currency. Let's say I put up 10 andros that I risk against, and I do my run, I get my score. Mizzy puts up 10 andros. I obviously kick Mizzy's ass and kick his score. I would then win all of the andros between our 2 pots, if that makes sense. Very, very similar to poker. So it's like you want to go into survival mode, level up, be able to earn stuff to craft better stuff. So then you're going into Kaizen mode with your full loadout, ready to essentially dominate all the other players.
Damn, Mizzy, you got it straight. You gonna take that?
Man, taking shots, bro. Yeah. Let's have you on Rekt to see who's kicking whose ass, man.
I'm here for it. I'm here for
Advantage
it.
to me, man. That's
Guys, you know what they say: when you come at the king, you better not miss. So, I'm just saying. Mizzy is the
Absolutely.
king of all trolls, man. I don't know if you want to go down that road. All right, we love that answer. Let's move on to the next one here. Will there be a rank mode coming soon?
Absolutely. So the current iteration of survival mode is actually the ranked mode. We are going to put in a casual mode into it as well that allows you to use your items, your loadout, etc. So ranked mode, we always want to make it as fair and as even as possible. We never want this to be play to win. So basically right now, how the survival mode leaderboard works is you go into survival mode, you get your score. Once we add in this other casual mode into the game, you'll be able to go into survival mode, but your score will no longer be counted on the leaderboard. It's just a way for you to go in, level up, farm various resources, then go sell in the P2P marketplace, or like I said, craft bigger and better weapons for yourself. So survival absolutely is the answer to that question. It's already integrated, and we're currently having an early access RCM challenge right now, which they're basically all these professional gamers and content creators who are battling it out for the top spot on the leaderboard. So ranked mode already exists in Swarms Mobile.
Ooh, okay. So people are already battling out right now as we speak.
Absolutely.
How has that looked like? The influx of users, like what's been the reception to that?
Yeah, so what we did for early access is basically we brought on board specific individuals. So these individuals had to have 2 qualities. One, they had to be some type of creator, and 2, they have to have some kind of audience or be a leader of some type of gaming guild or NFT community kind of thing. And so we were able to select all these various different people from all these various different regions, like the African region, Asia Pacific, North America, Latin America, et cetera, et cetera. And then we said, guys, we want you to prove who the best gamer is amongst all of you self-proclaimed professional gamers. Let's see how it goes. Right now, they're battling it out on the leaderboard. It actually ends in 2 days. So I'm curious to see what happens because it actually has been, the positions on the leaderboard have been changing a lot. And every time I post an update, they're like, hell no, I'm going to get up there. So you can tell that the competition is really, really high. The reception of the game has been incredible so far, from the optimization of it to the movement, to the characters, to just the combat and fighting style as well. Like for where the game is at, people seem to be really enjoying it. So the sticky factor is everything that we looked for.
Nice. That sounds really good. There sounds like there's like a sticky format that you posting the leaderboard there is motivation. I know that because I've seen like when leaderboards get posted, people are like, I got to be on top, right? Like
that's when it gets serious, man. That's when it gets serious.
Hell yeah. Let's move on to the next question here. Can you tell us more about the flow state and the overall movement of this game?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this question because my developers have been working on this so much over the last 3 months. So from the first play test, what we found, first play test ended August 31st. And the one thing that we found was we didn't like the combat. It was too slow. It wasn't fluid enough for what you'd expect from a dash and slash type game. So all we did during the night, well, not all we did, but the main thing that we focused on was essentially rebuilding the combat system from the ground up. So we made the combat much more fast, much more fluid. We intertwined various different combos because you can switch between melee combat and projectile combat, gunfire. So we now have combos that perfectly intertwine these into one fluid combo, making the game very Devil May Cry is what we've been compared to, where you have that melee combo. So the flow state is when you're hitting high level combos. So basically, if you're hitting A tier combos or S tier combos on a consistent basis, you'll enter this flow state. And the flow state's supposed to act as kind of like this a state where you're faster, your strikes are better. You're actually going to start to notice that you're teleporting to your enemies as opposed to running to them because you're in this like UI Ultra Instinct flow state where you're just the baddest man on the planet right here, just dominating all these mobs. And then the thing that knocks you out of the flow state is just if it takes you too long to kill another enemy, or if one of the enemies actually hits you, you get knocked out of the flow state, and then you got to build your flow state meter up again.
Nice. I really like the attention to detail when it comes to like movement because that can make or break a game, honestly. Someone shouting out the comment. Who did that?
Oh yeah, no, I was just putting up a comment from King Oro over here saying it's so fucking smooth now. So he's been, I guess, testing out the new features and the new.
King Oro was in the first play test. He's been in the second play test. We always love to hear from the people who got to play both times, and now we have all these new people playing, and they're loving it, saying it's super smooth, super silky.
Also, real quick, Misty, the people want answers. Does your sign behind your VTuber say no spanking? I'm trying to explain that you live in a very strict town in your, AI world over there.
I got a little crazy celebrating the recent Bitcoin pump, and I had to regulate your boy.
Let's just say he was pumping a little bit too hard, guys. Put some regulations into his town over there.
Even the fairy left the world too.
She was done with it, man.
She couldn't hang anymore, and
she didn't like the.
She's a bear cycle fairy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how it is. Like I had to upgrade after we got out of the trenches. Shit happens.
Belongs to the streets.
Yo, shout out to the Ultra Instinct reference, by the way. That didn't slip past me. That was pretty cool.
Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, the one thing that we try to do in Andromeda and all of our games is we have like little references or like Easter eggs, if you will, to popular anime. So I'm probably one of the biggest anime fans you'll ever meet. I've always been the biggest anime guy. I have an entire list with grades of all the animes I've watched. So if you ever need a rec, I got you. But for example, like when you see the characters run, they run like Naruto. Their arms are behind them on purpose. There's an aerial attack now where you kind of see them skywalking. That's from One Piece when they do the Sanji, how he skywalks in One Piece, or CP0. That's where that's influenced from. So you'll find little tiny Easter eggs like that spread out all through our game because we are all diehard anime fans ourselves, from our developers to our team. It's pretty amazing, actually. And I love my company.
Personally, I love that, man. I personally love that because I feel like anime opens up the door to like a brand new audience, right? Because there's a lot of anime lovers that are necessarily not like gamers, right, per se. But if you put references into a game that people can relate to when they see it, like if I would have seen the character running, like, you know, in Naruto, automatically that's where my mind is going to shift to make that relation, right? It's like, oh, it looks like they're running like Naruto style, right? So like I love little things like that in games because it helps like mainstream the game to the audiences that you want to reach. So really cool stuff.
I gotta put you in the hot seat real quick. One Piece
man.
or Dragon Ball Z?
One Piece.
One Piece, 100%.
Whoa, hold on.
That
I
hurts
don't know
me
if it'll
so
show
much.
up on the camera. One Piece all day, baby.
I see it.
The man is a diehard fan, man. Diehard
Come
fan
on.
over there. One Piece.
Hey.
Listen, here's what I'll say.
I love Dragon Ball Z. Don't get me wrong, but
People can roast me in the chat for this if they want, but One Piece has better character development, bro. Like in my opinion,
bro,
One
the
Piece
chat,
is the greatest fictional story ever.
Yeah.
Chat saying, "Oh no," and then also David said, "David's base." Now he said, "JK." He said, "Never mind, just kidding."
Oh man, come on, guys. One Piece is golden, man. All right.
Yeah,
All right,
no, I
let's
just
get
want
back
to
to
get put you on the quick hot seat there. All right, cool. Let's get back to the questions here. What are the 3 types of targeting options, and which one is the best one?
Yeah, so there's actually in our game there's actually 2 different types of targeting. There's a soft lock option and a hard lock option. Soft lock is very similar to like aim assist that you're familiar with, like in Call of Duty, how it kind of like slowly pulls your gun to where they are. Hard lock is literally like I'm locking onto you and I can cycle through the locks. We added both in the game because we always want to allow people to customize their experience and what they like to play. If I'm a hard lock guy, that doesn't mean you're a soft or a hard lock guy as well. You could be a soft lock guy. So it really just depends on like what your play style is. I personally like the soft lock in certain situations. I like the hard lock when I'm obviously fighting a boss or something like that, or fighting these stupid flying drones that we have in the game that everybody hates. But the soft lock allows for the game to kind of progress a lot faster. So you don't have to like lock on specifically to an enemy. You can kind of use your camera and really have this fluid, very fast, very rapid style of combat that's perfect for a dash and slash style game.
Awesome. Love it. Let's move on to the next question here. This one's a little bit of an interesting one. I heard there will be ads in the game. What's up with that?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, this is a mobile game. It's free to play for everybody. So essentially, a game has to make money somehow, right? But the way to bring the ads out of the game is you just have to buy the battle pass. So if you buy the battle pass, you remove all the ads out of the game. You get full access to the in-game peer-to-peer marketplace. Depending on the battle pass tier that you buy, you also get access into monthly tournaments that we're going to be having. So we're going to be having like real prize tournaments that if you own the certain level of battle pass, you'll be able to enter all the tournaments. And essentially in these tournaments, you can win anywhere from 500 to up to 10,000. It completely depends essentially on the amount of profit that we made that month. So about a certain percentage of the profit that we make each month will be put back into these prize pools for these tournaments, because at the end of the day, we want to give as much back to people playing the game as we can.
And a quick little follow-up to that, the kind of ads that you're going to be displaying, what kind of ads are you looking to put into the game? Like, is it going to be like more mainstream ads, or are you going to look for like more Web3 oriented type of things?
Definitely more mainstream ads. Our target audience isn't only the 50,000 Web3 gamers that are in the world. Our target audience is the millions and millions of gamers that are in the world. So the way that we designed Andromeda was with traditional gamers in mind. So despite the fact that we use the blockchain, despite the fact that you can trade your assets, that everything is tokenized on chain, everything is made for the traditional gamer to feel comfortable onboarding into the game. So everything is being geared toward traditional gamers, because at the end of the day, I think we're going to get to a point where we're not saying Web3 gaming versus Web2 gaming. It's just going to be gaming, and one is going to be enhanced by a blockchain and one's not. That's the way that we look at it.
Gotcha. Perfect answer. I love that answer, by the way. You're right. There's only like 50,000 Web3 gamers.
Don't tell people.
No, there's 5,000 Web3 gamers and 45,000 bots.
Whenever I see a million wallet downloads, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sure that's real.
Yo, chat, by the way, the poll is live on X. By the way, guys, we do want to make this push to affiliate so we can do the damn poll on Twitch, right? And right there, it'll be a lot easier to do all the polling and whatnot. But it is live, so go ahead and vote. The link is in the chat.
Yo, let me shout out some people real quick. We got Baggy a scene saying Naruto. Cloud said, "I'm tripping, brother. I'm an anime character without legs. I don't trip."
Listen, when they make you those flex, don't trip.
I don't trip. It's
Uh,
impossible.
Yo, and Naruto's goated, by the way, to whoever said that. That's a goated pick. Can't go wrong with
Absolutely. BB, want to go back to what BB said earlier about his trip, just because BB, for those of you that aren't familiar with BB, because he's been traveling all over the world and shit, Catalyst diehard, man. You know, he's back home, had a nice trip. I hope you enjoyed that, brother. We got to tap in soon in the Discord, and I would love to hear all about the trip that you took. We got Addis saying 50K gamers is exaggerating. Yeah, bro. I said 5K gamers and 45K pops.
Wow.
No, Para apparently wants to promote a campaign for me to be inside of Andromeda, so let's get it.
Oh,
Or
shit.
as
As
how
the
to
world
say
boss?
Andromeda.
Yeah, Andromeda.
Android.
Bro, I love you.
I saw a video where it's like you spell ear like this, but it's ear, and then bear is spelled like B with an ear, but it's like actually bear, not beer. The English language is fucked, dude. It's
And
fucked.
shout out Bones.
Yo,
Bonesy,
Bones,
Mrs.
happy
Bones.
Taco
Lady Bones.
Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Yo,
I'm
what
gonna
type
have
of
some
tacos are we
tacos
having
after-
today? I don't know.
I'm
I
having
don't know.
tacos
Hit
after
me up
this.
with some recommendations in the chat with what type of tacos.
I'm getting 2B steak, and
Yo,
I'm getting a
Diddy,
al pastor
Make sure to go vote.
quesadilla.
Make sure to go vote in the poll.
Yeah, make
Video
sure you go
content.
vote. And also, real quick, shout out to Ryan and shout outs to Top for giving us a follow on Twitch. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys
And
watching.
real quick, so everybody in Andromeda watching, do me a favor, head to Twitch, go follow these guys. Help out their numbers.
Hey, thank you
Be
for
great,
that, man.
man.
Appreciate
Yo.
it. We definitely welcome the Andromeda community.
Get some claps in chat right now. You know, gotta get some
Clap
claps in
in
chat.
chat.
Get some claps now. There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, on to the last question of the first boss, Lady Cheshire. Did I say that right, Mizzy?
I
Lady
think so.
Cheshire.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Just
bet,
think
bet.
Alice in Wonderland.
It's such a long time ago. I'm so old, dude. All right. The question says, would love to hear more about enemy VTubing
Yes.
platform. How do you get it, and how does it work within your ecosystem?
I love this question. This is actually the biggest distinguishing factor of our ecosystem is anime. So it's called anime because essentially what it's doing is it's turning you into an anime character. So we wanted to have like a little play on words. We came up with it. We loved it. We trademarked it. We're like, hell yeah, let's move forward. But basically what anime is when we were first starting out, so we started this our project in 2021. And we first obviously started out as a gaming project. And at the time, I'm a content creator. I used to stream a ton on TikTok. I used to do a ton of UGC deals, brand deals, et cetera, et cetera. I looked in back in 2020 into how to become a VTuber until I realized that it was going to cost me about $3,000 to start VTubing because the guy on Fiverr was charging me $1,800 for my model to be made and rigged, and I still had to buy $1,200 Magic Leap software. So when we were starting Andromeda, we kind of experimented with this idea like, hey, we have to make a ton of 3D models already for the game. What if these 3D models could also be fully rigged VTubing characters as well? And what we realized is the technology out in the world at the time didn't allow for that to happen, as well as the current 3D model file formats. So what we did was we created a new 3D model standard that we're actually currently talking to all these indie dev studios, universities, et cetera, to adopt. We created a new 3D model standard, and then we created our own proprietary motion capture to allow you to move said model with just your laptop camera or your phone camera. So kind of low spec cameras can now do this motion tracking. What this does is it cuts the cost of VTubing by about 95%, the setup cost, and allows anybody to become a VTuber basically overnight. So how this works in our ecosystem is in Andromeda, you don't just play as the character, you become the character. And so in this fashion, what you do is that same 3D model that you're able to play with in game, that's tokenized on chain, that's in your wallet, is now able to be used as a fully rigged VTubing avatar as well. How anime works is we're not competing with Twitch, Kick, or anything. It's actually very similar to like the StreamYards of the world or the OBSs of the world, where you connect your Twitch, you connect your Kick, you connect your YouTube, all to the anime platform. And now when you press play, you're not streaming as yourself, you're streaming now as your character. And the cool thing about this is we have multi-streaming functionality built in, and then we also have a built-in voice changer as well. So then you can actually become your character in a way that's never been done before. And the additional cool thing about this, other than obviously democratizing VTubing to the world, eliminating the cost and the complexity of starting, is our marketplace is the first marketplace ever where if you're an artist or you're a developer, you're a modeler, excuse me, you can create your own 3D models in our design standards, because we're going to release our design specs to the public, so anybody can create their own models. You can put them in our marketplace, and now you have a direct marketplace from artist to consumer that doesn't exist anywhere in the world right now. Because if you want to try to buy kind of 3D assets, you're going to the Unreal Engine store, but that's usually developer to developer. It's not really any kind of developer to consumer type pipeline. So now we're giving artists like a dedicated space where they can post their models and people can buy them, put these models in our game, and then obviously become these models as VTubing characters. So it's a huge component to our ecosystem. It's technology that doesn't exist in the world. And it's what kind of sets us apart from every single other company in the Web3 space, because we can offer other people essentially something that no one else can, which is the ability to play as your character and then become your character.
I have a selfless question, low key. I have like this alter ego persona that I made called the Evil Demon Monkey King. So you're telling me I could throw that into it and rig it up and use a voice changer or mess with it all on your platform?
Correct.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
you know what I love even more too is the fact that you guys focus so much on lowering the cost of entry, right? Because we talk about this all the time when it comes to like AI, for example, or not AI, but like VR, right? Like, and like virtual reality stuff, and like how that needs to come to a point of like being accessible to the masses, right? In a way that doesn't break the bank, essentially, right? Because all of these VR headsets are so like expensive and it's so hard to get into the entry, right? So you guys making it like really easy for that cost of entry to be really low, and like you were saying, like lower end phone cameras can do it, like an iPhone can do it, you get me? It doesn't matter what you have, basically. It's super cool. And then when you involve that with the accessibility to the game, right, and how that works with like the streaming platform you guys are building, basically, right? It's I do think VTubing has a really cool spot for content creation that not a lot of people are exploring, and part of the reason why people don't explore is because of that entry cost, and like how expensive it can get. So really cool that you guys are targeting that pain point.
Not to mention all the different setup processes they have to go through and stuff like that. And it seems like this is like a more streamlined experience. I'm actually kind of excited to do that, like just for voice acting's sake. So
yeah. Yeah.
I love that. And all you guys, you're more than welcome. We're going to be starting closed beta soon. We actually started our internal tests on Friday because we had to essentially we were ready about a month ago until we realized that it would be cheaper and faster for us to turn it from a web application into an actual downloadable application. So that was what we did the last month. We're about to start testing the downloadable application this week, and then we'll be able to start onboarding closed beta testers as soon as our internal testing is done. Right now, internal timelines are end of the month, last week, but we'll keep you guys posted. You guys will be one of the first in to test for sure.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
And real quick, because our chat has been on fire today, man. Everybody's coming to support Andromeda, and we love it. Thank you to anyone that came from Andromeda, has given us a follow on Twitch. You guys rock. And Opera, of course, I remember these emails, man. These are the classic pyro. If you're a fan of the Catalyst OG and you've been around for a while, make sure you drop a pyro right now in the chat, because that's classic right there.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be honest.
Shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that we had functionality for that. Where did that come from?
Oh yeah,
Well,
baby, we got emails. Drop them emails right now, guys. Drop them pyros right now. Any pyros that you have available in your email, drop it right now.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole VTubing thing, man. I think it's kind of risky, but we'll see how it plays out for you guys.
Brother.
I was fucking with you.
Bias. This is
Real risky, really risky.
I want to do it for acting, bro. It's like an acting thing. Anyways, we're at the end of the first boss. Those votes have come in, and we'll find out later on the show how we Tatted Lawyer is doing. But let's move on to our next segment, which is our, if you've been to this show before, this is like everybody's favorite time. Producer, take it away. All right, kicking the mic over to Mizzy, because last week I tried to do this and it was terrible. Go ahead, Mizzy.
Dude, I sucked at it too. Remember when I did it? Remember when I did it and I boosted the shit out of it, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, if you guys are on X, come hop into Twitch with us, where there's a lot of chat going on in Twitch. X is a little quieter today. And yeah, not to rug my own segment, but Yeah, we had to make the cartridge for Andromeda, the boss battle, the boss battle infamous cartridge that will be having utility within our ecosystem super duper fucking soon. Actually been dropping some alpha to the homies behind the scenes. They've been seeing, what that entails and what it's cooking up with. So make sure to go claim. We're dropping it in the chat. It's a free mint. Don't be a fucking loser. Act quickly. You got 2 hours. Go get that shit.
Don't be a fucking pussy.
I love you guys.
It's being dropped in all the chats, guys. So if you're watching us on Twitch, you'll be able to see it there too.
Winners act quickly. All right.
And whoever mints from the people who do that free mint, we're going to be doing we'll do a giveaway of a 7 and Outcast NFT. We'll let you guys at Catalyst select the winners for those. It can't be you guys, sorry.
Damn,
man.
Yo, we got Next Media pulling up. What is up next? Thank you for stopping by and watching the show. We appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out Jackie as well, who's been blowing up the chat on X.
Jackie's always
got the show on the big screen.
Oh,
what
shit.
up? What up?
That's
ITV.
Make sure we got a backup TV.
Hello.
I'm just kidding.
Yes. Yo, guys. So yeah, we dropped the link to claim your badge. So make sure you claim that. And that way you get to enter the giveaway that Andromeda is going to be doing. We'll make sure to provide any wallets or whatever we need to provide to them.
Perfect.
And pick some winners.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back.
We got no Paris Spain game in chat. I feel that.
Yes.
The Paris shooting his shot, my boy.
I love it, dude.
Yo, they're spooky.
Honestly, hey, but they're hyped though. I'm digging the new new bosses. Yeah, I saw that earlier and I was like, man, this is the hype right here. This is the hype.
It looks fire.
Nice. All right. So far, I think so good for Tatted Lawyer Chat. I'm not sure. How do you think he's doing? Nyx, she said something. How's he doing? Is he killing it? We don't know yet. And the only way that you can figure that out is if you go and vote on the poll and help him out. He needs supporters. Live from Andromeda. I'm still getting over that.
Just to help you visualize it better. You know how Andromeda is the closest galaxy to the Milky Way galaxy. So the idea behind Andromeda is it's a parallel world. It's a parallel world where you get to redefine reality and become anyone that you want to be.
Yeah, so I can redefine how it's pronounced. Got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was smooth, man. I can't even hate on this shit.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want on this platform. Anyway,
let's get to the next
questions. All right. Man, they gave me the short ones. They gave me the flashcards because you guys know I'm slow, but that's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do these ones anyway, like I'm hooked on phonics. All right. And they kind of actually already answered this, but for those that were paying attention, how do you become a play tester?
Oh, great question. So basically 2 different ways. So first, we're doing all these game nights with various different gaming guilds and NFT communities. So we're going to be giving each single week of the closed beta, these guilds and communities will get a certain amount of beta passes. They get to decide essentially how they dish them out to their communities. But essentially, it'll every single week, depending on how many people get on the leaderboard from that community or from that guild, we're going to be giving you more passes the following week. And the reason that you want to be one of the beta testers is you get a ton of rewards related to the TGE in shard tokens. So there's a dollar amount of shard token that is slotted for these beta testers. It's about $1.8 million worth of prizes. So definitely want to be a beta tester. The other way, if you're not in these communities or guilds, is join our Discord. We're also going to be doing these giveaways as well. Or get yourself an Outcast or Sevens NFT. That'll get you into the closed betas really fast. So a couple different ways.
Wow, there's a lot, but you know what I'm liking already is the fact that, a lot of these things you have to get from some of the other partner communities that are pretty excited to get into this as well. So, I like to squeeze out alpha and free stuff. So are you saying that we can, we might have some passes to be able to give away at the coveted Noodle Bowl?
I'm going to say absolutely. CryptoCade already got my ear and said, I need at least this amount of passes for Catalyst. And I said, got you. Don't you worry about it. So yes, you guys got as many passes as you need. Just let me know.
Nice. Cade nibbling on ears to get the inside tickets. I like that. Don't let him get too close to those ears. He's wild. All right. Next question. Tell me more about New Meta City.
Yes, I love this question. So, New Meta City is kind of this like more stealthy secret project that we haven't really revealed to too many people yet, other than if you were around in early 2021 bull cycle. So, essentially, what New Meta City is it's this communal city. Basically, what Decentraland said it was going to be back in 2021. This is what we're doing. And so, essentially, it's the only token gated portion of Andromeda where if you have one of our partners' assets or one of our assets, you're able to get into New Meta City. New Meta City will be filled with all these various different games. We're going to have events in New Meta City. But the coolest part about New Meta City is we're going to be having these treasure hunts. And so what that means is throughout the city, there'll be all these various different treasure chests hidden throughout the city. We're currently in talks with all these various different sponsors to sponsor these treasure hunts with real world prizes. So basically you would launch into the city. No one would have any idea when the treasure hunts were happening. They're only going to happen 2 to 3 times a month. So let's say there's like $25,000 worth of prizes in a specific hunt. You'd have to have notifications on for the Andromeda account. And we'd be like, today, treasure hunt from this hour to this hour. Get in. And so you'd be able to go in during those hours, do the treasure hunt, find the chest, find your stuff. And the cool part about it is you have to extract with these items. So it's not just like you're going in there, finding it, you're like lackadaisical. You got to go in, get the items, and be able to extract. And during that extraction time, other people who are in the treasure hunt can attack you and steal all your stuff. So basically, it's one of the reasons why you want to go into swarms and level up your character, craft bigger and better weapons, because if you're a level 1 noob in the treasure hunt and you run into a level 45 veteran, that guy or girl is gonna bully you, and you don't obviously want to be bullied. They're gonna steal all your stuff. So there's all these various different components in the Andromeda ecosystem that kind of like pushes the player to the various other components of the Andromeda ecosystem, and it's all fully intertwined. So the treasure hunts are meant to like give you a reason to want to go into swarms, just in case you're not an RPG player, so you don't care about the RPG. We've now given you another bit of utility to go try to level up towards.
Man, this man's talking about treasure hunts, limited, FOMO, selling people on Ether while they're still high from the timelines, quitting their jobs, leaving their dogs outside without food and water to go treasure hunt. I'm game.
Exactly. You're gonna want these notifications on. We're talking to really cool sponsors right now with some really cool prizes.
Dude, there was so many features in that whole answer that you gave.
Treasure hunts, selling people. I mean,
selling people,
stealing people, shit. I mean, I didn't mean selling people. My bad.
Yo,
seems like my kind of place, bro. It seems like my kind of place.
Hey, bro, what's the bull run doing to you, bro?
Bro, you already know I'm unhinged, man. I'm unhinged.
What's going on?
No sleep season. It's no sleep season, man.
Yo, if you guys want to see a preview of Meta City, make sure to go check out that link that Goodfoot2341 dropped in the chat.
It's just the gray box. We haven't. Our devs have been busy at work with level design and platform design. And another feature of Meta City is we're going to build out customized parts of the city for the various different IPs in the Andromeda ecosystem and for our partners' IPs. So we have Sevens in the ecosystem right now. We have Outcasts in the ecosystem right now. They will eventually have their own, like, specified to their lore parts of the city. And the cool thing is we plan to use these environments that we're creating for this bigger RPG that we're making as well. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with like Kingdom Hearts, for example, but very, very similar to like Kingdom Hearts style, where you're like exploring the worlds of the various different lores and IPs that are in our ecosystem that progresses the story forward through the campaign.
I absolutely love that because that opens up the door to interoperability, which I'm always a huge fan of, and that would be crazy if you guys
music. You said Kingdom Hearts. Is there any inspiration of music in the game from Kingdom Hearts?
Absolutely. We're actually having my COO, William, you guys know him as, he has been a music producer for the last 20 years. And so he's actually currently making a ton of customized sounds, beats, songs, background music, etc. We really, really want the experience in Andromeda to be unlike any experience you have anywhere else, and that includes the music score. So everything is custom, everything is done with intention to make you feel some kind of emotion.
Hell yeah. Yo, real quick, because we have some trash talking already happening in the chat. We had King Oro saying, yo, I'm 100% gonna steal all your shit. And then we got Good Food following saying, I'm just going to follow you, Oro, to cut your throat as soon as you grab something.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
This man is,
Whoa.
these people are calling
Alright.
each other
It's getting
out.
spicy.
Listen,
I like
Here it
it's
is.
happening. They're ready for the treasure hunts, my friend. They're ready.
This is
for
the
the
culture.
treasure hunt.
This is the culture we live for.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
We love to see. Hey, you guys want
Let's
to come
have-
on Rekt? Hit us
Yeah,
up.
let's have you guys. You guys doing a lot of talking.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
settle
need to see
things
that
in
shit on
the.
Rekt.
Yeah, we
I
I
settle
told you
things
the
with
Andromeda
keyboards
crowd's a
and
little
mouse,
rowdy.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's all talks, but we settle it inside the game. So hit us up. We'll get you guys in Rekt to fight 1-on-1, and we'll
Nick's
see who's
would
the
know.
better gamer.
Nick's
Nick's
would know.
found out last week. She found out last week.
Found out real quick.
She found out real quick.
Oh,
I knew that
man.
was coming. I knew that was
She
coming.
found
bro.
out real quick.
I knew that
All
was
right,
coming.
all right, kicking it back to Ramen so we can keep going through these questions.
Hold on, I'm reliving that spark ball thing, dude. I was playing that game with one hand and one eye shut while eating snacks with the other. It was crazy. But yo, shout out 100x for training them. The next question: what can you tell us about the crafting elements of this game? Would you consider it superior to other games, and if so, why?
Yeah, no, that's a really great question. So when we had approached the crafting system, there were two things that we had in mind. A, we wanted to make it fun enough that people would want to craft, and B, we didn't want it to be too complicated because I played games where crafting is way too complicated and it made me not want to craft anything. So one of the things that we've actually been doing since our original mint of the Outcast Origins collection back in 2021 was we allowed people to essentially buy various different NFTs that had various different traits, and these NFTs could be fused together or crafted together to create a new NFT. And we were actually the first NFT project to experiment with dynamic NFTs this way. While everybody else was doing the frozen, you'll never change at all. We were like, hell yeah, we want this to change. We want it to be customizable, et cetera, et cetera. All the data that we took from that was super positive, and it went into how we designed our crafting system. So crafting is so important in the Andromeda. And it's what also helps with the interoperability aspect. So in Andromeda, you need a blueprint, you need materials, you need resources, you need components to craft an item. That's where survival mode comes in. You can find all of them there, or you can buy loot boxes and try to play your hand there. Or there's an in-game P2P marketplace where you can buy things that other players are selling that they farm themselves. When you, when we add additional games into the ecosystem, so we currently partner with Sequoia Multiverse, for example. We're talking to a couple other games. I don't say their names yet because we're under NDAs. But essentially what we're going to be doing for the interoperability aspect is placing certain craftable materials in their games and in their worlds that only exist in their games and in their worlds. So what it does is it forces you as an owner of like a Seven or an Outcast to branch out from Swarms, for example, and go play one of their games so they can earn that resource, bring it back to Swarms, craft something really cool that you can only craft if you went into their game as your character. And because all these studios and companies are partnering with us, what they're allowing for is they're updating their 3D model standard to our own, which is enabling interoperability amongst our games, which essentially allows you to now to go from game to game to game, get these resources, get these items, and craft the coolest stuff. So I would say it's a very solid balance between like a hybrid casual style of crafting where it is complicated enough that it's fun and you have to hunt for all these new crafting recipes, but it's simple enough that like a casual gamer could pick it up and start crafting things.
I like that. It seems like that's a recurring theme with a lot of the different parts of your games. And for me personally, when I think about that, I would think that's a nightmare to figure where that middle ground is in for the first time user experience for those that are first experiencing the ecosystem and want some quick to play. But then for those that are still sweats, and then being able to make it in depth enough for them to want to, keep that retention. So I can only imagine that nightmare, because catering to that, I honestly not really sure how that would work. There's probably a lot of feedback and inquiry from people that have been testing.
Yes, ton of feedback, and we also have the luxury of something that a lot of other game studios don't have. So my co-founder, Vijay Lakshman, he's one of the original founders of Bethesda Softworks. He was the former vice president of Universal Studios. He's made games like Elder Scrolls, Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings Online, a lot of games that involve crafting. So a lot of the actual crafting guidance for our developers, like they would basically create a system, and then they would go through with VJ, be like, hey, how do you like this? How do you like this? And then VJ, with his experience, is essentially like, oh, we tried this on Lord of the Rings, and yeah, we got this type of feedback. So don't do this, but do it this way. So he was able to kind of like help us hammer it home. And then of course with the user feedback, now that we have all these people playing the game and crafting and doing things, we're also able to refine it even more with crafting. And just one more thing about crafting is it actually serves as the basis to build an actual economy that's player run and owned in our universe. So what that means is the highest tier level of weapons, which is called a supreme tier, only a person with what's called a Marco badge or a blacksmith badge can craft the highest tier weapons. And to be able to get a Marco badge, you need to basically level up your crafting skill to get to the point where you're now at the threshold to be able to earn your Marco badge. And what this does is it creates like an actual designated profession in our ecosystem, first of many, that they can make their own quest to get the resources they need to craft these items that are this upper level tier. They can make their own, people can then go farm them, give them to them in exchange for andros, in exchange for shards. So it's literally like creating this player owned and operated economy that doesn't involve us at all as the game to facilitate and grow.
Also gives more purpose to other players who are not like into being the highest skilled player in the ecosystem, right? Like more casual players can be involved. Like when you have things that are like more like professions inside a game, right? Rather than like I don't know, like a skill that I can grind for or something like that. It makes it that much more rewarding for all sorts of players to be involved within the ecosystem, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
really
Know
cool
your
stuff.
role. Know your role and stick to it. I like that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right.
You're cooking, by the way, Michael, man. Did somebody
Yeah.
send this man the questions or something? Like, what's going on right now?
Hey, bro, Kratos, what I say? Kratos.
Cooking right now.
All right, you heard it.
By
He
the
takes
way-
Kratom, folks. Kratom. What? Oh, Kratos.
Oh,
There we go.
God.
Real
Kratos.
quick, Ramen. Real quick.
Kratos,
The
I'm the
poll
God
is
Killer.
live. The poll is live for the second boss. So go vote. Back to you, Ramen.
All right, sweet. Yeah, make sure you vote. Let's go. Let's get in there. All right. So your community has recently celebrated 3 years. For people who are not familiar with your project, can you just give us like a little bit of a backstory on the past 3 years?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this question. So it started out with me meeting all my co-founders, minus VJ. He came in a couple months later, but me meeting my co-founder Stan through Discord, actually, crazy enough. And we basically started talking about all these things. We started developing the story for Outcast Origins, which is our first IP that we had in our ecosystem. And we had a mint. The mint sold out in like 30 minutes. And we basically told the community, hey guys, we're about to go build games in a big platform. Don't expect too much out of us until we're able to get to that point. And so we sold out. And then around 2022 in the summertime, we noticed that the Sevens Genesis collection was imploding. And if you guys know about the Sevens, they're actually one of the biggest mints of 2021. They had such a vibrant community. I actually minted it myself. It was the biggest gas war of 2021. I was so disappointed to see them fall from such a high perch, pedestal. So I reached out to the founders. I said, hey, please don't let this die. I would love to acquire it from Andromeda. So we ended up acquiring the Sevens, bringing them in the fold, and essentially fulfilling all the promises that the old team had promised them that they had no intentions of ever fulfilling. So since then, we have actually, let me tell this story. Initially, we worked with a third-party developer. The third-party developer from January to October of 2022 was full of it. I don't want to swear on the stream, but basically, they were supposed to be developing a game for us. Gave us the code in October. The code was fully plagiarized from another game, and so they essentially committed fraud, and we had to scrap all that 10 months of work. And I talked to Stan at the time, my CTO, and I was like, listen, we can either pack this up, tell the community that we're not here, or we can do this right, hire our own entire team and like do this ourselves. And he's like, let's go option 2. So basically we had a full reset as of January 2023. We hired our own team. We hired a couple developers from the community. We hired a bunch of modelers, and we were off to the races essentially. And ever since then, now what is it? I don't know, a year and however many months later, we now have a game. We have a proprietary technology. We have a VTubing platform. We have 2 ongoing manga series out for both Sevens and Outcast. And then we are about to launch New Meta City. We're about to have our TGE, and things couldn't be better set up for the next cycle, essentially starting right now and having all these things ready to go.
That's wild. Let me get a little sneak peek again. I thought you flashed it in front of the camera for a little bit, and then you like dropped it back down. Let me get a little sneaky peeky.
Yeah, so this is the Outcast manga. Hold on, it's hard with my background. But special thing, I don't know how much you guys announced, but I'm going to be bringing 50 copies of that and 50 copies of the Sevens manga to Art Basel to the villa. But I don't know how much you guys announced, so I won't say too much here.
Man, that is wild. What a crazy man. It's always dope to hear people's like origin story. I feel like it always starts from super humble, small beginnings, wild ideas, and then people just grab and then run with it. They just run with it. So it's nice to see that. And I'm sure those that have been with you are probably like blown away with the amount of progress that you were able to accomplish, especially during, I would say, some tough times in the past 3 years, right? Or past, year and a half. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see people are winning. And it takes a lot to stick in it, right? It takes a lot.
Let me jump into this real quick.
No, I'm good. Thanks, Mizzy. I appreciate it. Anyway, we're gonna go on to the next.
We got Phenom in the chat. Fuck
Phenom!
Let's go.
Phenom is one of our ambassador program leaders. What up, Phenom?
We got the homie Continental Low Life Gang. You already know.
Yo, you already know what is up.
We got Noble Knight Discord. They died on Discord, but we out here.
Maybe the stream on Discord came down.
Oh no!
So good though. Hey, we're still here on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching us over there.
Welcome in. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
sir,
welcome
yes,
for sure.
All right,
Ramen. I'm done hijacking.
Yeah,
you done
hijacking you.
You done?
And one more thing.
Missy's never done. That's
I'm done, bro.
The real trick.
No, Missy, we're okay. We can go.
I'm okay.
We're gonna be.
Oh my god.
We'll be all right. All right, for the last one, and we're gonna get into the next one, the lightning round. Will Shard have utility upon its release?
Absolutely. Come on. First and foremost, I'm a former SEC and financial attorney. You bet your ass Shard is going to have utility upon release, or else it's potentially security, and we don't want that. So the Shard utilities are a couple different things. So first and foremost, Shard is the token that will be the denomination in our NFT marketplace. So I had mentioned before, we have an in-game peer-to-peer marketplace that you can trade these crafting resources back and forth using in-game currency called Andros. So once you actually craft something, that's when you take it to the NFT marketplace. You sign into your account because everything is the same. Sign in, username and password through all of our products throughout the ecosystem. Your dashboard pops up. You can list one of those items for sale. Let's say you made a sword, you list it for sale. At the point of sale, it's tokenized on chain. And to be able to buy it, you have to buy it in Shard tokens. So we're going to launch the NFT marketplace literally the day before our TGE. And then we're actually planning on doing something special where we might be planning to do an NFT launch around that time that can only be purchased in Shard token. So you're going to want to make sure to keep an eye out for that, because that's going to be great. And then after that happens, what we plan to do around Q2 next year is we're actually incorporating prediction markets into our ecosystem. So essentially, like, let's say Mizzy sets up a game, we'd be able to see Mizzy's gameplay and have like an AI create like a prediction market, like, hey, will Mizzy make it to level 5 in the first 3 minutes, or will he take damage until this, or is he going to be able to beat the mini boss? And you can bet yes or no using your Shard token, and it's a way to kind of create an even more degenerate platform into our platform that's completely separate from the games, but obviously incorporated fully into our backend and APIs.
Wow. You know what's kind of crazy? Like, maybe I'm hating on your downfall. I wish there was like a question you didn't immediately have the answer to. You're like too damn good. You're too good. Where's the excitement? Where's the excitement here? He's too good.
I gotta say, man. Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I was just gonna say I've stared down the eyes of a federal judge straight in the face when I was an attorney for like 2 weeks at the time. So if I'm able to do that, I can kind of do anything.
I have to ask a real quick
every
question.
week with his wife. Same thing. Federal judge.
Are you happy Gary's gone?
Oh, the happiest. The happiest.
My man. Gary was he's a bacteria stain that I hope I never have to think about too much longer.
Well, I'm
Amen to
using
that.
that one. I'm using that one.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps it up for that section of the sisters. We're going to go ahead and get into a nice sponsored ad, and then we're going to jump into the lightning round. Hopefully, Tatted Lawyer, I'm not going to say is he ready. The guy's been crushing on every single question, and we won't know that unless the audience goes out and votes. So make sure y'all do that too. Passing the mic.
Are you kidding me? Not again, dude.
Are you tired of losing, Crypto Hollow?
What's that sound? It sounds familiar. Who is that?
It is I, the Demon King, and boy, do I have the solution for you!
Holy moly, it must be my birthday! Welcome to the Geist, world's first members-only Layer 3 blockchain built for gaming. Powered by Aavegotchi, Base, Arbitrum, and Alchemy, it's where the brave come to play. Geist isn't just another blockchain, it's here to change on-chain gaming as you know it. Finishing bots and endless player churn, our exclusive member unlocks scarily good rewards across every game on Geist. With the spectral speed of Arbitrum, you'll experience fast transactions in a native NFT marketplace through the Aavegotchi Bazaar. And for those daring to build, Geist grants permission, contact deployment, and spellbinding tools from Alchemy to make your mark. Don't get left in the shadows. Join the on-chain gaming revolution with Geist. Chat, yeah, I'm talking to you, chat. Did you guys know that Arbitrum's got some fire games for you to try out? From racing and kitty kart to battling and golden ties, Arbitrum's got it all. Want to be a pirate? Pirate Nation is calling you. Feeling adventurous? Explore Meiji on the Zai subnet. Or if you're into strategy, Maelstrom on the Uprising chain is your jam. Don't take my word for it. Try it out for yourself and level up your gaming life on Arbitrum today. Warning, these games give you too much hype. Follow Arbitrum Games for more. Crypto How to approve this message. Oh, sorry, I was sorry about that.
I never get tired. I love that part. That's my favorite. Listen, I never get tired of watching our ad reads because Hado does a fantastic job at it, man. You killed that. So yeah, man.
I was gonna say that was a fire ad. I just actually messaged you guys in Telegram, being like, "This is actually fire."
Thank you, man. Thank you. I actually, Hado, you're receiving some flowers right now from the chat as well.
Damn.
Yeah, Nopera saying, "Hey, Hado still got it. As talented as ever." Nix is saying, "Catalyst breaks are next level." I'm glad you guys are enjoying that as much as we do, man. You know, it's a lot of fun making them.
Me too. Thanks, guys.
The ads are for me too, man. Like every time we do one of our ads on one of our shows, I'm always just like, I just sit here and it's like the first time in my life I've actually enjoyed fucking ads.
Hey, I made ads great again. Okay, you're welcome.
Honestly, that's what makes sponsored content cool. People like try to skate around it. Well, I think maybe we might have been sort of sponsored by, might have gotten $1 on the back channel somewhere. Now just let them know. Loud and proud.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for real though, for real. All right, well, I think we're moving into the lightning round. So production, take it away.
I was surprised that was the one we played because I was so used to the murder one.
The other one, yeah. You know, listen, October is over, spooky season is over. You know, we're moving into the Turkey Day massacre that's about to happen. You know, so
I'm ready.
You know, a lot of people like to jump into Christmas and shit. You know, I enjoy the Turkey Days, so I'm gonna enjoy my Turkey Day. But anyways, we made it to lightning round. Michael, are you ready, man? This is by far the hardest questions you're gonna come across in today's show. But it's completely unrelatable to everything that we've been talking about. It's not even gonna be about Andromeda. It's just random information. So if you're ready, we're gonna go through all these questions as quickly as possible. So no time to think here. Give me whatever comes to your mind first. And are you ready to start?
Love it. Let's get it.
All right, let's lock in. Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Beach.
Let's fucking go. Sweet or salty snacks?
Sweet.
It's a hard one to pick, but I have to agree with you. What's a hobby you love to get into but haven't yet?
Oh, I want to learn how to fly planes.
Oh shit, that's cool. What's your favorite way to spend some time off?
Gaming, anime, or pickleball with the wife.
Love it. Who's your biggest role model?
My grandfather.
Let's go, W's. What's the last show you've been watched?
Oh, last show I binge watched? Breaking Bad with my wife. I got her into it finally.
Nice, dude. That's a fire show. You can never go wrong with that. All right, what's the last game you played, not counting your own?
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Been taking names and whooping people.
All right,
in
what
that.
do you give it? 1 to 10. What do you give it?
I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. So it's a really good game. It has its issues, but it's keeping me hooked. I think I have like 200 hours or something, and all those hours are from literally the half an hour before I go to bed.
Damien wants to play, by the way. He said, when we playing?
Yeah, let's go.
Challenge being made right now.
I'm tatted Satoshi on there. As long as you got a PlayStation, let's get it.
Tatted to Satoshi? Is that what it is? Tatted to Satoshi?
Yeah, tatted Satoshi. So when I first made my Twitter, I was Michael Satoshi, literally because of Bitcoin.
Right.
I got into the space in 2017. I was like, Twitter's the place to be. And then that kind of emerged in the tatted lawyer. But now I'm a retired lawyer and I own my own gaming company. So I tried to like drop the lawyer and now I'm tatted Satoshi.
Love it, dude. Love it. Pancakes or waffles? Oh man, if you don't choose.
Oh, waffles.
Thank God. All right. Art museum or science museum?
Science.
Let's go. Cold weather or warm weather?
Warm weather. There's a reason I live in Miami.
All right, let's go. Listen, all W answers. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for being a good sport and going through that. And I think we're ready to move on to the last boss for today, Captain Wrath.
Yo, he's so badass looking.
He is pretty badass looking, man.
Like, you guys don't understand the amount of time I put in trying to find a song for this dude, and I thought that was like the perfect song. All right, let's go to the first question here. Could you provide us with more info on the special events titled Monster Battles and the Burn Passes?
Yes, great question. So this actually relates both to gamers and to balancing the token economy. So one of the things that we see in crypto and gaming economies is hyperinflation that people don't understand how to solve. We saw it in Axie Infinity in 2021. We've seen it in a ton of games since then. So essentially how the burn passes work is we don't actually believe in the idea behind play to earn. We believe in the idea behind win to earn. So essentially every single month, you're going to be able to burn your Andros to receive shard tokens. Now, what a burn pass allows you to do is exactly that. It allows you to burn your Andros for the shard tokens. So how it works is with these boss battles, there's going to be 2 special events per month. The bosses will be like, custom bosses that you need to find other stuff, augment your weapons, be able to craft specific weapons to beat these bosses. And essentially, there's going to be a certain amount of people in their skill level tier that beats these bosses. So we'll have a platinum tier of people, a gold tier, silver, bronze, etc. If you're in the platinum tier, there's the least amount of burn passes available for beating the boss, but those burn passes allow you to burn the most amount of Andros for shard token. And then as the tiers go down, the amount of burn passes increase, but the amount of the amount of Andros to burn for shards decreases. So if you're one of the best players, you could potentially burn up to like 2,000 Andros a month, essentially. And how the math works is over a 5-year period, we're basically giving out about 50 million shard tokens through this burn process. So over that 5-year period, 50 million tokens will be given out. So if you're burning every single week or as often as you can, that's how the 5-year period was calculated. We don't actually anticipate everybody will burn 100% of the amount of tokens that they can burn per week. So that 5-year period is actually stretched out to around 6 or 7, depending on how often people are burning and how frequently people are burning. But the reason that we built this mechanic in was for 2 reasons. A, we obviously wanted a way for people to change their in-game currency to our cryptocurrency. And by doing it through this burn process, we actually are legally compliant. And so because the law doesn't contemplate burning something to receive another. And then we also added this burn function in there to create these like built-in anti-inflation controls. So it's kind of like not everybody can't have like a run on the bank, as you will, in traditional finance, where everybody's trying to cash out at the same time. It helps stabilize the economy. It completely intertwines the ability to burn with actual gameplay and kind of caters to the people that we want in our ecosystem, which is users who actually play our games and want to use our games.
All right, I need access after the show to play this game because like you've answered everything that I wanted to know about like gaming in general when it comes to Web3, and it's so well thought out too. Like when it comes to compliance, and then also you just talked about tokenomics. Like I love that answer. That's awesome. There's a food war going on in chat right now. And
Listen, our addictions with waffles started a whole war in the shop.
Listen. First of all, pancakes are fire. Okay.
Facts.
Notice how the people that prefer waffles use controller and in case supremacy. All right. Then
that's what we're better gamers.
Then my man's hey, listen. The Rekt records.
No, we got crepes.
Yeah, bro. You keep bringing up Rekt. You know you win by challenges.
The Rekt.
It's not gameplay. It's not gameplay.
No.
Listen, we're not talking about Rekt.
All right, we're gonna do a full 21, no challenges.
Let's keep going, brother. Let's keep going.
And then somewhere the chat somebody started bringing up crepes.
Yeah, who the fucking invited crepes into the company?
I'm just gonna say crepes are slept on. They're slept on.
Crepes are delicious.
Crepes are now a banned word on our Twitch chat. So
damn.
Come on, man. Let's kick it over to Rob for the next question.
Apparently, crepes with strawberry and Nutella are top tier. And somebody asked why are shards $5 a piece.
Hello, Rando. Speaking of crepes,
shards are $5 a piece. I haven't seen that anywhere.
Fake news.
Where are you getting your information, Noble? No, I'm kidding.
But I hope that shards one day are $5 a shard. I'm sure myself and my community would be pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hey, are y'all ready for this one? Look, we started French toast. Are we even in the same category anymore? I mean, like
French toast clears everything. French toast is the shit. I'm sorry, French toast first.
It's gotta be French. Texas toast, though. I know you'll like that because it's a thicker slice or whatever, or a brie.
You guys are getting me hungry, bro. Let's move on.
French toast is like a brie. Okay.
It's a good thing I didn't smoke weed before this episode.
I did, bro. I did.
Well, that makes one of us. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I think you're the only one that didn't. But okay. Jeez. All right. Well, all right. Next question. So I'm not sure if it's in the current beta, but I heard a P2P marketplace is coming to the game. Can you tell us more about it and what features we can expect?
Absolutely. So the P2P marketplace in game was a really, really important feature that we wanted to include in there because we like to give players as much freedom as possible. And like I said, that player-owned and operated economy is huge. So right now, in the current iteration of the beta for the closed beta, the P2P marketplace won't be included. It's actually the exact next thing that'll be in full development as soon as all the active and passive perks get into the game, which the active and passive perks is kind of like the skill system where it's like a power system in the game. But that's the P2P marketplace is expected to come into the game in December. And basically how it works is you go into survival mode. You essentially are able to farm all these resources from the enemies dropping various different things from like blueprints to resources to components, or you can use your Andros to go buy loot boxes and find resources there. Obviously, all the resources that you earn, you don't need. And so what you're going to be able to do as a player is go into the P2P marketplace and sell the resources that you have that you don't need or you're not using to craft to other people, because at the end of the day, they might need that specific resource to craft this special weapon that they've been trying to craft, and they just haven't been able to find it in loot boxes or playing survival mode. Boom, they're going to come to you, buy it from you using Andros. So it's the way to allow people to have this in-game type of economy where it's all denominated in Andros. You never actually technically have to buy the token in game, or excuse me, buy the in-game currency, because you can always go into the survival mode, farm these resources, sell them in the P2P marketplace, and then earn your Andros that way. So it's kind of something for everybody, depending on your tolerance, depending on the time you have. You can either grind and earn Andros, stack your Andros that way. You can obviously buy your Andros just with your credit card. Totally depends on what kind of player you are. But that's kind of the point of the P2P marketplace and why we set it up that way.
Okay, man, bringing the gas. I don't have anything to say against.
I'm gonna jump in here.
We got a cooked noodle.
He cooked.
Overcooked. Addis did come in with a question here.
Became lo mein.
In terms of choosing a chain, what made you guys choose IMX, and how has IMX supported in building your game / bringing it to market?
Ooh. Yeah, no, really, really great question. So the reason that we chose IMX was actually specifically for their passport system. So if you guys are familiar with the immutable passport system, it just makes it really, really easy to create a wallet in the background without really anybody understanding that they're creating a wallet. So how it actually works in the Andromeda is the minute that you make an account in Andromeda, the next screen is you're prompted to sign into Immutable. and it makes an immutable passport wallet during the sign-up phase. So now what we do there is we put Web 2 players and Web 3 players immediately on the same footing, because now Web 2 players have a wallet that they didn't even realize that they just created. If you're already a Web 3 player, you just go to our website, go to sign into your account, go to settings, and then attach the wallet that you already like to use. But that's kind of how it works, so we can put things on equal footing. Literally, that was the reason we chose IMX, because the passport system was just so well developed to take away all the friction that would come from onboarding traditional gamers or Web 2 gamers. The type of support they've added, so we're actually in a chat with IMX right now. We're about to start our ambassador program, and one of the things that we needed from them was some new endpoints for this wallet passport system to work the way that we wanted it to work. And so they put one of their lead developers in the chat with us, and now their lead developer is talking back and forth with our backend developer to like make it work the way that we said we needed it to work. And they've been super, super helpful with that. We're about to be listed on their games launcher. I couldn't say better things about IMX. Our liaison, Anna Kuzmenko, she's incredible. Couldn't say better things. And also, she's a huge anime fan as well. So when we're not talking business, we get to geek out about anime a little bit together. So love IMX so far. Haven't really seen a lot of support like that from the other chains. I get hit up all the time from chains that I'm just like, why would I launch with you? Like, what are you going to do for me, kind of thing? And they don't generally have good answers. So we're happy being a part of the Immutable family.
Oh yeah, well, hope that answered your question, Edis. I heard Mizzy taking a breath. I thought he was gonna say something.
He was.
I didn't, bro. I didn't even have my
mic can't even move.
Bro, I heard.
My headset was muted.
Accusations.
But,
Damn.
Accusations.
I like the reasons for, I like your answer. Personally, mutable passport leaves a lot to be desired for me personally. But with that said, I'm glad that they supported you guys, and I hope you guys don't have too many issues with it, because damn, that immutable passport is ass.
If we do, we have backups essentially of what we want to do or where we want to go. So if it doesn't work the way that we want it to work, which obviously during the closed beta test, we'll be able to figure that out pretty quickly. We do have backup chains that we're looking at. And when we sign our deal with Immutable, it's fully non-exclusive. So we're not too concerned with that. But we're actually developing our own layer 2. It's a zero knowledge rollup. It's been in development since 2021. It's not going to launch for some time now. But basically, we want to have control over our entire ecosystem. We don't want to be beholden to anybody else, essentially. So once we are able to get to that point that our own layer 2 is done, we will be migrating and transitioning everything over to ourselves. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of alpha.
Okay.
Oh, we always get the alpha, baby.
Well, is this like widely known?
It is known to our community, the people who've been with us for the longest, but it's not something that we talk about too much, just because it probably is not going to launch in 2025. It'll probably be something that launches in 2026, but it's kind of the same thing that Ronin did with Axie Infinity. They launched Axie, and then they launched their own sidechain. Same kind of idea here. That's kind of the inspiration for why we did what we did. And now look at Ronin. Ronan's popping.
Yo, so we also got one last question. That's actually a good, that's a good way to look at it. I love the way that Ronin did it with Axie. And Goodfoot wants me to ask you what Malaya means.
Oh yeah, so the layer 2 that I just mentioned is called Malaya ZK. Malaya actually means free or freedom in Tagalog. So we have a ton of Filipino references, not only in our manga but in our ecosystem. So essentially, Malaya, the idea behind it was like you're free to do whatever you want on this chain. There's not any gas fees for you. It protects your privacy. It's a ZK rollup, and it's actually the hometown of the Outcast in our Outcast Origins manga. Their home city is called Malaya. So yeah, very, very well connected in our lore and has deeper meanings as well from like a language standpoint.
Oh, that's
all right. I love that.
Wait, I gotta ask. Have I been saying it long? You just said Tagalog. I've been saying Tagalog. Is it Tagalog?
I believe it's Tagalog because that's how everybody pronounces it to me. But obviously, I'm a gringo in the U.S. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct.
I don't know. I was like, is it Tagalog or chat? What do we know? Is it Tagalog or Tagalog? I've been saying it wrong. Oh no, Paris says I pronounce it so Tagalog. I thought it was Tagalog.
All
right.
Mabu, hi.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Tomato tomatoes.
While Ramen has his linguistic crisis,
I'm done.
I'm gonna call out Banho. You can't. Nah, they're not the same thing different designs they are, but they're not. It's like fonts. Like it's
Oh my
English,
God.
but they come differently.
Yeah.
And you can't give me the
Different
PC
batters.
answer. You gotta
It's
pick
different batters.
pancakes, waffles, or straight.
Yeah.
We
Pick,
need
pick
to
You
know.
one.
have to
pick
pick.
one. Yeah, you gotta pick. You gotta pick
I kind
one.
of agree with her. I would eat all three though.
Choose your
Listen,
side.
listen, we all know we're eating all three if they get put in front of us, all right?
Apparent-
But you know,
Apparently,
go
Addis
live one day
is
and have a
hijacking
debate
the
about
final
this.
round.
Yeah, that's a
he
good
got another
question.
question for you.
Final round.
Would you
Final
would
round.
you say you look at chains as a sort of publisher, or how would you classify that relationship? Do you think
Yeah,
they'll
that-
replace traditional publishers? Well,
Great question. Totally depends. If I'm being honest, I think it's too early to tell. I know that there's a narrative around that chains are going to become the new publishers, et cetera, et cetera. I think I kind of look at chains more so as games launchers as opposed to publishers, because it's really where you discover the game. Publishers do so much more than just launch their game out. So, for example, Andromeda is actually going to become a publisher for the entire space. I'm happy to drop this alpha here on Catalyst OG. We're going to announce it like properly publicly as well. But Andromeda is the only gaming community in the Web3 space that has their Nintendo developer credentials. And we're actually currently being fast-tracked to get our Nintendo publishing credentials as well. So we're going to become the bottleneck publisher of the space to get on the Nintendo Switch, because only 5% of developers that apply for these credentials are approved. And so what that means is we're not just like here being a games launcher. We're going to be the people who are like, hey, we're going to get you on the Switch. We're going to be able to consult you to see this is what you have to do to your game to tweak it to be compliant with what the Switch says, with what the Nintendo says. And that also includes distribution in like the Chinese markets and also various different markets. Because right now, these blockchains, it's not like they're doing distribution for you. It's not like they're doing, they're really connecting you with gamers. They're just putting you on your platform and saying, hey, you're using our chain. But I kind of view these chains more so like the Unities of the world and the Unreal Engines of the world, because they're really just the back-end technology that you're running your game on. I don't hold them to that level of being a publisher until they show me that they should become a publisher, if that makes sense.
oh my god, man,
The level of
Insane.
alpha.
that is insane alpha right there. Insane alpha right there, man. That is crazy, bro.
Well, Mizzy, you can clip it with the clip button on Twitch.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Same,
Michael,
bro. I'm a
it is.
boomer when it comes to this shit. You know that. Stop calling me out.
I'm happy to do this on Catalyst, guys.
This
That's the alpha
motherfucker's
that
like already
Catalyst
telling
needs.
Shaq, clip that shit. Listen, Cootie Boo over here is trying to stop the alpha from being shared, right? Like, listen, let us be great. Let us be great, all right?
Judy, it's time to turn on the brand awareness marketing button.
Oh,
so
they
this
turn
is
it.
what better show to announce that than on the Catalyst OG show?
Let's go. We love it. Man, I gotta say, it's
That's
super
love,
refreshing. It's refreshing talking to you, Michael, man. It's usually like we talk to a lot of teams, and like in a team, there's usually someone that is an expert when it comes to like the economy side, an expert when it comes to like the culture of gaming. It's really refreshing talking to someone that's kind of like connected to all of it, and has so much knowledge on all sectors. So really
Appreciate you.
cool conversation
Multi-hyphenate.
happening here today. What's up?
Multi-hyphenate.
Multi-hyphenate, absolutely. Appreciate
Oh yeah,
you guys.
I was like, I thought you were asking me what was a hyphenate, bro. I was like, what? I was like, I don't know what you're asking.
Mizzy's with them one-liners, man. All right,
Yeah.
we veered off a little bit, but great fucking information. Love it. Let's get back down to the last three questions in the last boss. And the question says, Swarm's purpose is for players to farm items they will be able to use in a future game. How will the team be able to ensure the balance and rarity of items within or without an environment to test them in?
I don't know who asked that question, but without the environment to test it in is the part that's giving me a little bit of pause. But yeah, let me explain this a little bit more. So Swarms is kind of like I love to compare it to Dragon Ball Z, which we started off the conversation with, the hyperbolic time chamber. They always went in the hyperbolic time chamber before the big boss came in to fight, like Cell, Freeze, etc. Majin Buu, etc. So essentially, you can imagine Swarms as the hyperbolic time chamber. The actual Swarms map is called the Crucible, because you get molded into your best form in the Crucible. It's what they use for like tinkering and crafting things. But essentially, the Crucible is designed to train you for this war that's coming to the Andromeda. So Andromeda actually has and is built on very, very deep lore. And essentially what happened was millennia ago, there was 9 Celestials who created the universe. One of the Celestials was corrupted, went bad. There was a huge war. He got trapped away. Essentially, what Swarms is this Celestial broke free from his chains, and the other Celestials need to figure out a way to fight against the armies that are now going to be coming to Andromeda to try to spread darkness and snuff out all the light that's within Andromeda. So essentially, they created this crucible to pull heroes from these various different worlds in the Andromeda universe, obviously the various different IPs that we have, to then have them show their mettle, level themselves up to be prepared for this war that's coming to the Andromeda. So if you actually look at the animations of the characters, when you defeat one of the enemies, they dissolve into the air because they're all simulation. Swarms is all a simulation to train you to be ready for this bigger RPG game. So to answer the question about how we can balance and balance out the weapons, essentially it's very similar to how normal games balance out their weapons right now, where you introduce new weapons into the game, you introduce new crafting things in the game, because there's going to be ways that you can actually decraft a weapon to create like a special component to then make another weapon. So even if you have like this really, really cool weapon that's starting to lose its scarcity, you might be able to then deconstruct that weapon, kind of like sacrificing it for this new weapon that almost nobody has, because the only reason you're able to do it is because you have this very specific type of weapon. So there's so many different strategies and ways to make sure that we're preserving the scarcity, we're preserving the notoriety of these weapons that are just very, very normal game design type stuff that people have been doing for decades.
Love that answer. I think you handled it pretty well. By the way, guys, the final poll is in, or it's actually not in the chat. If someone could please post it there. Thank you.
Oh, Craig is fucking up.
Craig, God damn it. We are down to the final two questions.
Yo, Craig, you trying to keep your damn job? Get into the fucking poll, bro.
He don't give no shits, bro. He told me last week he doesn't give a fuck. So you got to talk to him, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that bastard. All right, Robin, take over the second to last question, please.
Man, y'all are pressing Craig too hard. It's going to be like half baked. You're cool. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. And then we got no Craig. It's going to be rough. All right. Next question. Where would you place Andromeda on the Web3 spectrum?
Where would I place it? Currently, very low, because we essentially developed in stealth for 3 years. In terms of tech and scalability, clearly at the top. The thing that I always tell people is, when we started Andromeda, when we set out, we didn't set out to do something cool for the Web3 space. We set out to be an industry mover in the gaming space in general. And by combining the ability to be not only play as these characters in multiple different titles, but also become the character in a way that has just never been contemplated before, we believe that we are absolutely in a league of our own. And that's why we're actually trying to partner with all these different Web3 games, because we're basically saying, hey, come to Andromeda, partner with us, because you can level up. You can now turn your players into creators in ways that have never been done before. And we are one studio or one platform that can offer you something that literally no one else on the planet can offer, because we developed our own technology. We developed our own model standard to make all of this work. So we love the Web3 space, and we want to impact it, but we have bigger visions, bigger dreams than just being cool in Web3. We want to move the gaming space forward in a way that's just never been done before.
No, that's great. And you know what? Honestly, it's really a relief when you're just like, that, pretty low right now is casual. But I think you understand that this is like a work in progress. And I think other people that have been following you also understand that this is something that's a work in progress, but also extremely confident. And I would say proud. You seem very proud of the product that you built at the same time. So like, you've got this great mix of transparency, humbleness, and also a lot of confidence. I think they have a great head on their shoulders for the team. To be able to push this thing forward where you want to. So there's it's I don't know, it's something that you learn just maybe with years on this planet, but you can sense passion in people. And so I think you're extremely passionate. So yeah, man, that's a great answer.
Absolutely. I always tell people my three favorite hobbies are cryptocurrency, anime, and gaming. And I literally got to combine all three of those things into a company that I now run, own, and founded. So this is my baby. I love this stuff. I eat, live, and breathe this. So I'm here for the long haul.
Bullish. Yo, my man Messi just dropped the tweet of the century. Go show some love on that tweet real quick, man. It's probably have to do with that amazing alpha that we're getting here with Michael.
Nah, I figured that's catalyst to leak, but I just wanted to show Andromeda some love, man. This boy is cooking. Man, should I say he's cooking, bro? Like he's cooking the way nobody else has ever cooked on Boss Battle before, and I had to shout that out.
Bro, we
Yeah,
need
for
new
real,
bosses. He got cooked so hard.
Yeah,
We need, like, new bosses.
the new bosses got cooked, I think.
We got
I don't know.
They
if
got
Paddle's
rolled and smoked, my dude.
gonna
All right, let's get down to the last question. It says here, you have mentioned before that this game is not pay to win and that a player can progress far without ever paying a dime. So what is the incentive to spend money in the game? And to follow up to that, what does that balance look like of offering a free experience versus the need to monetize?
Yep, love that question. So essentially, it's a balance. So it's kind of like if you're a player who likes to grind, you can accomplish everything that a player who likes to pay can accomplish. So it's like if I'm a player who likes to grind, what I'm trying to grind for might take me 10 days to 2 weeks. Versus I'm a player that doesn't have a lot of time to grind. I can just take out my credit card and boop, 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 buy some stuff. So it's really to create that balance between gamers who aren't able to grind and gamers who are able to grind. And everything very, very similar to like if you guys played Helldivers 2 that just came out before it was ruined by the devs last year. One of the things that I loved about Helldivers 2 was there wasn't this pay to win component. Like everything that you could earn in the game, you could earn by playing the game, or you could just cut the amount of time it would take to earn that stuff by obviously spending some money. So we took a very similar pathway. Nothing in the game is for that. And there's similar to like the weapon styles and the augments and everything like that. Everything is balanced in a way that allows you to play the game in your own style. So it's not like, oh my God, everybody's using this weapon because it's the best weapon in the game. It's the meta weapon and no one's going to use any other weapon ever. We didn't want it to be like that. We wanted people to be like, okay, if you like to augment your weapons with lightning or you like to augment it with fire and lightning, nothing's better than the other. You can just play the way that you like to play, what you think is cool on screen. The visuals are cool to you. So that was like a really, 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 really important thing that we hit on when we were designing the game. And then I'm sorry, what was the last part of the question?
Yeah, just like basically like the experience of like free versus monetization. Like
yes. So yeah, we're not worried about that at all. If I'm being honest, the type of monetization model that we use in this game is called a gacha monetization model. And what gacha monetization is actually very, very close to the psychology of the NFT market. So how gacha games work is they usually use loot boxes or hero pool systems. And the idea behind gacha, if you guys remember being a kid or remember those like vending machines that you put a quarter in and they have like the little capsules and you never knew what you were going to get, but you like spun it around and you're like, oh, I got this. That's what gacha monetization is. So here, you spend your money on loot boxes, you spend your money on hero pools, things like that, and you might get what you want, you might not. But what it does is it keeps people spending and spending and spending and spending. How this matches the psychology of the NFT space is, if you guys remember back in the day when there were mints, you would basically get on whitelist, put your money in and buy something sight unseen, and then like a couple days later, the art would reveal. Some people would be hyped, some people would be pissed. Same exact psychology here, because when you're buying loot boxes, you don't actually know what's inside of it until it reveals. So very, very similar type of psychology. And what a lot of people don't realize is this style of monetization is the highest revenue grossing style of monetization amongst gaming anywhere. It's what Genshin Impact uses. It's what Zenless Zone Zero uses. It's what Marvel Heroes uses. I don't know if you checked on Genshin Impact, but they do about $1 billion of revenue a year, fully based off this system. So we feel pretty confident about the revenue we're going to be able to create from this game, despite the fact that it's free to play.
And you have like this big anime like focus too, which is very synonymous with the gacha economy as well.
You're speaking to my heart, man. You're speaking to my heart over here. I spend a crazy amount of money in CSGO cases. All right. So listen, you already have my wallet. Go ahead and spend whatever you want on it. Just do it, man. Don't even tell me.
One of our content creators the other day, he asked us a question. He's like, should I buy 5 epic boxes or should I just buy 1 mythic box? Because 5 epic boxes equal 1 mythic box. And I was like, dude, 5 epic boxes. You got more. And he goes, I couldn't avoid the mythic. It spoke to my heart. I couldn't avoid it.
The real answer is you buy both. And you buy multiple.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Listen, I just want to know when I log into Andromeda, I'm going to have loot boxes waiting for me to open. All right. So
yep. Hey, they're ready to go right now. Our head of design made a really cool customized animation for them that all of our content creators are like, this is actually really cool because you can actually, if you look at the animation, you can see the detail of like the treasure chest unlocking and like bursting open because it's very cool. Check it out. I can't wait for you guys to check it out.
I'm definitely going to, brother.
Sick, dude. Man, this episode has been awesome. We have finally come to the end of all the questioning, which means, chat, it's everyone's favorite time.
Here we go.
Find out how Tatted Lawyer did against the new bosses. Shout outs to Geist and Arbitrum and Rev.gg for sponsoring the Catalyst. I almost said it back. The Catalyst OG. But now we have to figure out how he did.
Go.
Sorry, I have to make a little dramatic.
Damn, you're taking longer than usual.
Well,
I'm here for it.
Dramatic for it, okay? On boss number 1, Tatted Lawyer, you scored a 90 out of 100. On boss number 2, you scored 100 out of 100.
Let's go.
Okay.
And boss number 3, you scored 100 out of 100.
What?
Which puts you at 97 overall. You have just fucking rolled everybody.
Yeah. Wait, is that the highest? Is that the highest we've had so far?
Yeah.
Yo, is
usually,
that gotta be?
Usually we have our guests be like, "Why do you deserve an A?" But I don't think you even have to like answer that this time, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you have to. So,
Look, dude, the
yeah, how
chat
you
is
feeling?
saying A plus 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 plus. That's 4 pluses. That's like
Hey, I love that.
yeah, how you feeling, Tatted Lawyer? How you feeling?
Yo, Terrence is right. Hey, I seen this. Hold on a minute.
I'm feeling pretty good. I told you I was going to come in here like Kratos, and I like to think I exceeded that even. And you guys have been amazing. This has actually been a lot of fun. I love answering questions about Andromeda. I would love to. I'd love to answer even more, but I know that we're running out of time. But yeah, that was fun. I will say, some of the questions can get a little spicier. Next time, ask me some spicier questions. I can handle it.
oh shit. Okay, we're gonna have to have you for a part 2. But on that note, we would love to have you on the podcast as well, man, because there's a lot more to talk about Andromeda. So we'd love to continue the conversation there. We can talk in the chat about that and scheduling that out. But yeah, man, you killed it. Congratulations on killing all the bosses today.
Hey, thank you. And absolutely would love to come on the podcast. Obviously, I'm going to meet up with all of you guys next month too in Miami when you come down to my stomping grounds. Really, really hyped about that. And please, you guys join our ambassador program. We'd love to have you guys in there. It's the way that we're going to spread the awareness and the knowledge about the Andromeda, because I can only speak to so many people,
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, chat, that concludes today's episode. 45 episodes, guys. We're almost to 50. Shout outs to all the people that pulled up to Twitch today. We have hit a new concurrent all-time high of 22 viewers, so
Let's go.
that was really dope. But yeah,
Thank you
we're
to
back.
the Andromeda family for showing up and supporting everyone here, as well as supporting Mike as he took on the bosses too, man. You guys killed.
Absolutely. We'll be back
GGs.
next week at the same damn time. Mizzy,
Yo, this music is like, who's playing this thing?
Yo, this is Price is Right, man.
Price is Right. How do you not know? Come on.
This is Family Feud. You guys are both
Whatever,
wrong.
same shit.
Wow.
And the stream now.
Wow.
And
And
the
you're
stream
judging
now.
me.
dude.
And you're judging me for not knowing it.
Oh
Listen.
my god.
Wow.
But anyways,
Wow. Bye, guys.
now that I've hijacked it,
Who's pressing the damn button, bro?
Greg. Yo.